Welcome, traders. This is Dr. Keith. Happy Sunday, July 5th. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Okay, so let's first talk about what we believe the markets are going to do. So when we talked last Sunday on the video, I mentioned that the QQQs I liked the best because they were the strongest between, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P, right? So I like to trade things that are typically the strongest. We definitely had a nice move up this past week, right? And when with over 92% certainty that this should happen, this should be no surprise at all, right? And that's what we mentioned last week in the video. I said, hey, we're probably going to hit new highs on the QQQs. And, also this beautiful uptrend hitting these middle Bollinger Bands and bouncing with a 92% probability. Price is going to head higher that week. I mean, it did exactly what the market should have done. Okay, so it should have been no surprise there. Okay, so now what though, right? Well, you can see seasonal-wise, we head higher typically about one more week, and then we have a dip going until August. Okay, so I still think we're going to kind of flirt with new highs on the QQQ. Maybe not every day, but between now and the end of the week, we'll be higher, in my opinion. Again, with high probabilities. The only asterisk this week is, again, we're right at new highs every day. So in a lot of cases, you can get pullbacks before it heads higher because there's profit taking, stop losses being triggered, and so forth, right? Many retailer traders love to pick tops, So with saying that, I'm still bullish this week. I'm only looking for bull moves at this point going through this week. Then after this week, we'll start looking at, some trades on the short side possibly as well until the end of August. So we're going to let the markets tell us what to do at that point, okay? So again, QQQ, remember, if you look at the spiders, right, pretty strong week as well. And then the diamonds, been a little bit weaker, still stronger, still up, right, but been a little bit weaker. So as an example, if I was going to short one of these three, right, going into a week not this week, but the following, if I was going to, I'd be more into shorting the diamonds than the other two indexes because it's definitely a little bit weak, right? Do I think we have a possibility to hit new highs this week on the diamonds? Yes. Probably won't quite get there, but we can certainly get there as we'll hit new highs probably again on the QQQ. And in my opinion, we have a pretty good opportunity on the spiders to hit all-time highs as well. So we'll wait and see here, but I'm looking for long plays this week, okay? All right, so what do we got going on? Right now, we got filled on SRPT. You can see why I like this play, right? Look at that beautiful move up until September, end of September, okay? So we got filled, a pretty nice fill. It come down, actually closed lower than what it did on Wednesday, because this is Thursday. It was a little surprising with the big update we had in the markets, but again, we're just probably flirting with that middle band, and this will start heading higher. But I love this play. You can see why when I alerted it out to everyone, okay? The other open trade we have is Expedia. And when you see Expedia here, again, we typically top right around the week of the 20th of July. So we've been kind of consolidating, heading higher. I'm expecting to touch this top band, maybe hit right around that 97 level. And so we'll keep an eye on Expedia this week. Silver, SIL. Again, this is a longer term play, folks. I know we're up on this, not hugely at this point. We've been up as much as what, 30%, I believe. But I'm waiting. I'm going to hold on to this. So, feel free. We're at the top of the band again, and close to recent highs. Again, could this retrace before it goes higher? Anything's possible, but I think the metals are going higher. And from a probability standpoint, I want to hold on to see if I can maximize some of that profit. And then old BlackBerry, right? Again, who has those? It's a longer term play, and I'm still waiting for this to roll over. probably if we have the middle to end of July rally short is when we'll make our money on BlackBerry here. So obviously I'm holding on the short play on BlackBerry. Okay, so when you look at the watch list, you look at the SIG, you can see we're getting some mix now coming up over the next 20, 40, or 60 days. Mixed green and red, right? Because right now there's going to be some long plays this week, and then we kind of turn over to shorts. Okay, so I'm not looking at the reds yet. I'm going to focus on long plays, but these are on the radar because, again, these can be in the next 20, 40, or 60 days out. So the longer term 40 or 60 days are turning red on us. But I'm still going to focus on some of these long plays. Like APT has a nice Alpha Protect as a nice long play there till the end of September. We had a trigger short, which obviously I'm not taking, but we'll probably, if we revert back to that middle band, we have a chance of heading much higher on this. Okay, and there's quite a few, so I won't go into them all today. NBAX is another one that's been following it beautifully. What a great trigger here on June 15th. But this will continue higher. Just we hit a recent high, so I'm not playing with this until we have at least back down to that middle Bollinger Band. If I sort on the 20 and I look for some of the positive moves coming over the next 20 days here, we move down. Some I like. There's the IMMU. Again, we typically have that nice move. AGN. Allergen's a nice one too, where because of price of where we're at, once we get back in, let's see where we're at. Oh, that hasn't been traded. This is never mind on that. Hum, right? Humana. So look when we get to July 20th. Bam. See that move up? So come on back down on this. Consolidate to these recent bottoms here, right around this 368. And if it does that, we're going to look for a great long play on Humana. And so, I always get a few emails a week on, how am I selecting my trades? Well, this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking at the seasonal of everything. I'm then looking at the next 20, 40, or 60 days out. I'm looking at triggers on the 4-hour or the combo. And I'm just using this as a dashboard to find some of these beautiful setups, these high probability trades, okay? Apple, right, is one that you look at the seasonal on Apple, it's forever, right? So what is my real plan on trading Apple? Well, in all honesty, what I want to do here is if we get a pullback late July, right, as I mentioned, we have one more week of bullish activity, and then we typically have a pullback the rest of July. If that happens and we can get Apple at a discount, next trigger long when that happens, absolutely we'll look for Apple, okay? Same with Amazon, all these tech stocks that have been doing phenomenal, get them at a discount, right? I mean, even look at Tesla. Okay, Tesla kind of consolidates now, but obviously it's been as all-time highs there, right? It's been very bullish. So when we get another trigger like we got right here, if you would have got in right here at, let's say, 750, you're doing pretty well right over just two months worth of activity. So some of these stocks are incredible movers, and we're just waiting for those beautiful entries at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see what opens up tonight. Obviously, we had a 3-day weekend, so I do believe we're heading higher this week. We'll see what the overnight activity does, and then if I like anything, I will send out an alert first thing Monday morning with the trade opportunities. Please reach out if you have any questions, and have a great week, everyone. Take care now.